Hey guys, and welcome back to week 15 of building UMBARA in LEGO. So this is actually the final update before the finale. Crazy how we're so close to the end. But I'm not going to be uploading an update next week because I'm going to be out of town for most of the week. So that Sunday, not going to be able to get an update out, and the Sunday after that is the week of Brick Fair. So we are so close to the finale. And I really started ramping up progress in this update. I got a ton done. I'm so happy. I'm definitely gonna be able to finish this mock. So happy that I will. I'm so excited to see what it's gonna look like finished. But this week we're gonna be focusing mostly on finishing up the airbase, getting that all completely finished. So let me show you what we've done in this week's update. All right, so I've done a few small things. First thing, I forgot to mention that I did build the second Banshee last week. So they look good right there. I'm probably gonna have one of them picking up a clone like I did kind of mess around earlier in the series. And then I just kind of worked a bit more on some of the flooring over here. I'm getting some of the plates in place. I finally got in quite a few bricklink orders here. So I'm not gonna go through it too in depth just because it's so much. But starting off, I got the weight for the workout clone over there. It was cheaper to buy the figure than the actual piece for some reason. These revolver pieces are in dark brown. So those are for the ice cream truck. You can see right here that they hold up the ice cream cones. It's supposed to be in tan, but they don't make it in tan. So dark brown was kind of the closest that I could get to it. And then we have many pieces for the terrain, plates, tiles, and then more of these tail pieces for some of the plant life. And then parts for the flooring, lots of tiles and some basic bricks, just because it's running low on some of the basic bricks. So I'm gonna make use of all those to make a ton more progress on the flooring, so I'll update you with that. All right, so in terms of the Starfighter, it's looking like light bluish gray has won the vote. So I've already started organizing all the parts that I have currently for the Starfighter. I'm just gonna order all the other parts on Bricklink, so I've already done that. So once those come in, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build that Starfighter. But in the meantime, I have made a lot of progress on the flooring. I've completely finished this middle portion right here and all the areas around the slope. So I think it looks really good. I think it blends really well. On this area over here, though, it's very uneven. So you can see, oh yeah, no, it doesn't look great over there, but once it's at convention, it will look seamless. Also messed with the figure posing a bit. I have this clone right here, who Punkrell has deflected a blaster bolt and has come back and hit this clone, so he's kind of in the air while being hit by that. And then he's using the force push. On some of these clones, they have some like debris kind of coming up, kind of from the force push. I think that's a neat little detail. I like that. I messed with the Banshees a little bit. So you have one picking up a clone, the other one, clone trying to grab his hand. The other one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave there or not. I want to have them together in the same area, but I'm not the big fan of how this is looking right now. So I might put him back up there on the building where he was. But that's something that I have to think about a bit more. I also made a prototype for the kind of sensor wall, I think is what they call it. So this area right here is going to be my final design. This chain is going to be in translucent light blue because the actual wall is very chaotic in nature. It's not very uniform. So that's kind of what I was trying to do with the chain. So we'll see how it looks like once I get the right color in. But I think this could give a really interesting look to it. And then for the kind of just poles, I made that in light bluish gray. The actual one is very difficult to tell kind of what's going on with it. It's a very weird shape that's difficult to get into Lego. So I just kind of did what I think would look the best, and I think this looks pretty decent. Also got some more parts. So this bag right here is from a local store. It's like $1 an ounce of Lego, just giant bin. So I got a lot of tires, which is great. But also was able to find like a Jedi Interceptor cockpit. So I thought that was pretty neat to grab on. I have an Alex figure, because why not? I don't have one. Really cheap. And then just a bunch more tires for the plant life. And then some Bricklink orders. I got some basic bricks, like 2x2s and 1x2s, which I just completely run out of. And also I have some with these 1x2 slopes, which are going to be for where the kind of base meets the terrain right there. So I'll be able to make a bit more progress on that. But while I'm waiting for more parts, I'm just going to keep working on the flooring as much as I can get done. And then maybe even prototype a bit of the terrain. Okay, so I've been focusing mainly on this kind of corner over here. So I've made a bit of progress on the flooring on this side and kind of how the base is going to meet with the terrain. So I made as much progress as I could with the amount of slopes I have right now. And I just basically kind of filled it in, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like the angle. I think it looks great. I messed with the terrain a bit. So I have some different plants and stuff that I already showed. I made use of these kind of spikes to kind of get, because there's a lot of like spiky plants, small plants on the ground that I try to replicate. This small little portion is kind of what the final product is probably going to look like. I do feel like it's missing something, but I'm not sure what. I tried messing around with including a little bit of dark blue into the terrain. I didn't really like how that looked, but I think this might end up being the final product. But yeah, we have that. I think it meets well with the base right here with this little kind of mound that we messed with earlier. I think that looks great. I have, you know, just the plants. So these plants there are attached to the actual base plate just with this Technic rod that's in that Technic brick right there, and then it just slides in, so I can kind of just move it however I want it to get whatever angle I want to. So I'm pretty happy with that, how that has turned out. I think that once this is all filled in, it's going to look really good. And then I also experimented with the design for the Vixis. So this is what I have. So I'm really happy with the teeth. I think the teeth look great. And the inside of it, the tongue, so like the top of it has like 3 kind of claws coming out from it. And this one piece is going to be in red. This piece, they don't make this in red. There's a similar piece that has the 3 prongs that I don't have, but it comes in translucent red, so I'm probably going to buy that. And obviously all these parts are going to be black once I get those in. But I think overall, pretty happy with the design. It's going to have all the tentacles and everything coming up around it. I'm thinking possibly, I think it would be a cool scene if I have a group of UMBARANs who are maybe planning an attack to try to take back the base. Of course, they didn't know that this battle over here was going to happen. So they're kind of trying to sneak up, and then they get attacked by the Vixis, and that's why we never see them. So maybe having that little scene could be a fun detail to include. But also, I got quite a few Bricklink orders in here. So over here we got a bunch of parts for the flooring, tiles. I got more of these slopes, and some bricks as well. More parts of the terrain, plates, and parts of the plants and stuff, some slopes. I got all the parts I need for the ice cream truck. So that's all here. So that'll be probably the first thing I do. And then we have some various miscellaneous pieces, mostly for crates as well as parts for the wall as well. So that's going to be great to get. And I also have these guys, which are going to be for the plants. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to finish the ice cream truck, finish that off, and then I want to finish the this angle portion of the base. I want to completely finish that off, and then start filling it in. See how much progress I can get before I get any more Bricklink orders in, because I did get one in for the Starfighter. So once I get the other 2 in, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get started on that. All right, so I've replicated a lot of the crate designs that I had made in a previous update. Also replicated a bunch of those plant designs that I've got the parts in now for. And also with the ice cream truck, I finished that. So I haven't really gone too in depth with the design. I designed it first digitally in a studio, and then I built it in real life. So I tried to replicate it as one-to-one as possible with the version from the video game. There are a few things I couldn't do, such as these shutters. They're more of a teal color in the game, but they don't make them in teal, so I went with just blue. And then the revolvers over there, they're supposed to be tan. I got them dark brown because they don't make them in tan. And as well, there's an interesting detail. For some reason, it doesn't have tires on. Now, originally I thought, okay, they probably just took them off because they just want to make it more Star Wars and make it hover. But you can actually unlock the ice cream truck in the game, and it just has tires normally. So maybe it was a graphical error or something. But I want to try and make it as accurate to the cutscene as possible. So I'm gonna just not have the tires and make it kind of floating like that. But also more progress on the flooring. Finished these two sections right there. I ran out of 1x2 and 1x1 tiles in dark bluish gray, so I just need to order a few more of those. The fence, the sensor wall, I think is what it's called. I have one completed section right here, but I really love how the chains look. Kind of have like energy kind of flowing through it. Gives more of that vibe of the actual look of the wall. I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. Also started prototyping with the ramp area that's going to be at the entrance of the base. So again, like I said, you don't actually see the entrance to the base. I'm just kind of improvising, kind of just doing a bit of a ramp right here. Just like that. I think it'll look good. Just making use of these panels to get it flush. I think it'll look good. But that'll probably just go up to about here-ish, and then this whole area would just be exactly like that. So that'll look good. And then I got 2 more brickling quarters in, more parts of flooring, bricks, tiles, whatnot. And then I got 1 brickling quarter in for the Starfighter. I'm still waiting on 2 more. Right now they're saying they're going to arrive on Monday, and by Monday I'm going to be on vacation. So unless they for some reason don't come any sooner, it's not looking like I'm able to build the Starfighter in this update, but that'll be fine. I hopefully can finish up this section of the base, so I'm going to see if I can do that. All right, so for the most part, I have completely finished the flooring now. I'm just missing, those 1x1 tiles. I thought I had ordered more, but apparently not, so I'm gonna have to order a few more of those. But it looks so good complete. I'm so happy with that. The slope, I think, looks pretty dang good. Had it overlapping a little bit to add a bit of extra depth to it. And I think it just adds kind of a nice final touch to the overall base. I've almost completed the fencing. I've completed this side, but over on the other side, I ran out of the studs with the hole in the middle. So I'm gonna have to order some more of those. But I'm really loving the look of this. I think it looks great. I'm really happy with it. And then also kind of have the final design down for the Vixus over here. So I have the Vixus, and it's attacking a group of 3 Umbarans. Maybe they're coming in, they're doing a bit of reconnaissance to try to strategize how to take back the airbase, and then they got caught by the Vixus. Yeah, they have no idea what's going on over here. They're just coming to do reconnaissance, and then were eaten by the Vixus. I'm really happy with this. I think this will be cool to kind of mess with a little bit more in the future once you get all the right parts in and the terrain built around it. I also messed with the fig placement a little bit. I have one clone right here who is firing at Krell, and then over here I have a dead clone by these crates. So yeah, just a few little small extra details I was messing with a little bit more, but I got 1 more brickling quarter in for the Starfighter. This was the biggest order I made. I'm just waiting for 1 more, and right now it's saying it's arriving on Monday, which is when I'm going to be out of town. So it's currently Friday night. I'm editing this video on Saturday. I think I'm going to try to make as much progress as I can as possible on the Starfighter with the parts I have to see how far I can get. I think that'll be probably the best use of my time right now. So I'm going to go and get started and see how much progress I can make. Unfortunately, I didn't get too far on the progress for the Starfighter. I was able to sort all the pieces that I have right now. Basically, all the colors I just sorted by themselves except for gray. I just sorted how they are on Bricklink. And then I did start a little bit amount of progress on this. I spent a little bit of time trying to mess with how I'm going to reference the digital file to build it in real life, because there is an instruction maker, but I think it's going to take too long to make instructions that are comprehensible. So I think I'm just going to reference the model, look at it, and then try to build it as one-to-one as possible. So yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be all the progress we can make on this Starfighter for this week. So that's going to be it for this week of building UMBARA. I have a few things of note. Firstly, the Starfighter. So I wasn't able to finish building that this week, which is very unfortunate. I really wanted to. So it's looking more and more likely like I'm only going to be having one starfighter on the final mock, which is unfortunate. I really want to have two. I think this is probably going to be for the best. I can't get a good judge of it right now, but it's looking like the starfighter might take up a lot of space, more than I initially anticipated. So I think having one in the final build will kind of make the mock feel a little less cramped. But there's just no way that I would be able to finish the final design and order the parts all in time for Brick Fair, especially with me being gone for a week. So that's not going to look like it's going to happen. So that's a bit unfortunate. My initial plan was to build it and then make any changes to designs in terms of stability, and then order all the parts that I would need for a new one with the updated design. But it's looking like that's just not going to be able to happen. But so far it's looking like I just need to make one more Bricklink order before I leave. It'll be here when I come back, and then finish off the terrain, the airbase, all the small little parts that I just ran out of, and then we're pretty much done. You know, mess with figure posing, make more of those crates, and then maybe I'll fix the building, how that's like one set off. If I have time, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm so excited for the finale. It's gonna be a really fun time at Brick Fair. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.